Okay, so cheers. It's good stuff. Just made this video for education purposes. Some people don't know how to all grain brew, but it's the way I've been doing it for the last couple of years. Entertainment. Anybody that just wants to watch, comment, you know. Thanks to all my subscribers. Basically, some of this footage, I mean, I was a little drunk, but I wasn't too drunk to shoot, so I had some help. And anybody that wants to comment and give me some pointers if I done anything wrong, or they could see what was wrong, I'd appreciate that. And again, cheers. Homebrew rolls.
Oh, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunker quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer! Can't get enough of it. Beer! How we really love it. Beer! Makes me think I'm a man. Beer! I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Beer! Got my belly out to here. Beer! I could not refuse it. Beer! I could really use a beer. Beer! 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 Beer!
Alright, so necessary ingredients for all grain brewing. One, you gotta have grains. You got plenty of grains to choose from. Hops and yeast. Must have a boil pot. Hydrometer, not necessary, but helps out a lot. Sanitizer, have to have sanitizer. Thermometer, digital, preferably. The needle thermometers, there, might as well throw them out.
Take too long.
Yeah. Bubbler, fermenting bin, and a mash tun. So, optional equipment would be yeast nutrient, Irish moss, iodine for starch conversion, hydrometer, wort chiller, and a burner. If you want to do a propane burner, that's usually what I use, but you can do it on a stove if you got a big stove.
A place to
put it,
and also a place to leave your
yeah, absolutely.
well, that's,
and a auto siphon, optional equipment, and a grain mill. If you can't get your grains pre-crushed, I suggest buying a grain mill. This is the cheaper one, but it works lovely. I think it was $40, and I got it mounted on here where I could put my bucket underneath it. So
that bucket there.
Yeah, that little square bucket. But you know,
Beersmith.
oh yeah, Beersmith. Beersmith's a great program. I haven't got it drawn up yet, so I'll show that in a minute. And the mash paddle. Mash paddles work lovely. And definitely need some oven mitts because, yeah, when you pick up a hot boil kettle, you don't want to burn your hands. Alright, so we got our grain bill all measured out. Using 10.5 pounds of grains. I was thinking about putting some of the crystal 40, 90, or 120 in there, but I don't think I'm going to skip that because it's already dark enough. So this is our grain bill. We got the half pound of carapils, half pound of crystal 20, half pound of Munich 10 level bond, 2 pounds of biscuit malt, 2 pounds of honey malt, and 5 pounds of pale malt, which is my pale malt is actually Golden Promise. It comes from the UK. So we'll get this together, get it grinded up, then we'll add our hops and see what our bitterness and stuff's going to come out at, because right now it's sitting at 0 because I haven't added, which is right here, I haven't added any hops yet. So this is just the grain bill, and we'll get that taken care of here in just a second. Yeah, before you get started, one of the best things to do, fill you up a glass of beer. Yeah, because what fun is making beer if you can't drink it at the same time?
Oops, I probably fucked that up.
Well, you did if you was talking while you was doing it.
Shit. You'll have to edit that part.
That's alright. Bloopers. So we'll use that one for bloopers.
Yeah.
Fucked it up. I have the carbonation turned down on this because I got these other two kegs in here. The honey lager and the other pale ale. So I got those sitting at 30, actually they're sitting at 32 pounds, but 30 pounds is what I usually have them sitting at. So I got the other valve cut off for this one so it wouldn't pour fast enough to get good head retention and stuff, or good foamy head. But it's the taste that counts, right? Excellent. Alright, we got our grains in there. We're going to go ahead and mill them out. I'm going to push this in a little bit here. You won't be able to see down there. You'll have to come over here. Okay, this is the crush. Alright, strike water. Ooh, little steam coming up. 174. Shoot for about 172 to 175. So, good. Doughing in. And get ready to do a temperature check. See if we can't get it down to between 150 and 155. Hopefully on the lower end of 150. Let's see what the first one is. We might have to stir it some more. It's at 156 right there. Yeah, it's a little high right there, so we'll stir it for a couple more minutes. Get it down there. But it's better be too hot than have to boil more water and put in there. A few degrees too hot's okay. You can always stir it to bring it down. Alright, let's see what our temp is after stirring it for a few minutes. Looks like 153. Could go a little bit higher, but I like it around 152 to 154 to be honest with you, because it seems to be good. Sometimes on some of my specialty beers I drop it down to about 148 to 150. That's still 152, almost 153. Yeah, 154, so go that good. Yeah, so that's what your mash looks like. Close the lid. I'm going to do the iodine test, which I usually do, and there's only been one time that we've done this. Well, there's a lot of grains in that, but We'll see what we got. Oh, it's looking good already, just from a few drops. Now what you're looking for is it to stay brown. Alright, collecting our first runnings. The Vorloff, I'll run this until it's clear and then I'll throw it back into the mash. And put our boil pot down there and get it ready to go. Okay, doing the second runnings of my batch sparge. And my daughter is apparently in there getting out of control. So, got my mash tun tilted up with a box of shot glasses in my 9-ball rack. So it gets all the work down there at the end. Okay, so you can hear the Vorloff going in the background. This is what we got so far. This is all of our ingredients, starting with hops, the Irish Moss, Galena, Safe Ale US 05, Santium for the 1 minute aroma, yeast nutrient, brown sugar. I put some of that in there. It was only 1.1 ounces that I had left of dark brown sugar. Went in and put that in there. Carapils, Crystal 20, Munich malt, biscuit malt, honey malt, and our pale malt. Now, got this listed as a specialty beer. Beersmith so far is saying its estimated original gravity will be 1050. The bitterness will be 22.1. Color is 12.0. And estimated alcohol by volume is 4.9. Due to single infusion full body batch sparge. I am kegging it and ailing it 2-stage. So, we'll see. It says measured efficiency is only 66.2, which is usually a little higher than that. Let's go back to the top here, because the measured mash efficiency is 81.8. So total efficiency overall is 72%. I'm not sure if that's good, so if you know if that's good or not, then let me know, because sometimes I hit over 72, but and maybe just because I'm doing a batch sparge and not my fly sparging like I usually do. So cheers, and we'll get back to you when we get on this boil. Okay, so it's getting ready to boil. And this is the part you need to be careful for. Boil overs. When it foams up like that, you got to keep an eye on it. Because if you don't, you'll have one sticky mess. Alright, getting the boil over is coming close, so we're trying to go ahead and focus on that. It is getting foamy up, so pull it off for a second. You gotta get that boil under control. Spritzer bottles work really good. Some people just turn it down. I usually pull it off for a second and then turn it down. And then stir it up. Stir it really well. As that foam builds up, that's some proteins in there. Once you get that boil under control, you're good to go for your 60-minute boil. Turn it down just a hair more. Looks like we're good. We'll see though. It's boiling pretty hard, isn't it? Watch it for a few seconds, and then if it doesn't foam up real well, then you're good. I'd say it's under control. Time to add our hops. So, alright, adding our hops. Usually on my bittering hops, I put it in the hop bag, the muslin bag, because I don't like a lot of the hops in the bottom of the fermenter. I'll add the other hops just straight to the boil pot, the flavor and aroma hops. But I'll dip this in there a few times and then tie it off and then give it the 60-minute boil. And then at 15 minutes I'll add the 15 minutes left in the boil, the wort chiller, the yeast nutrient, Irish moss, my other hop addition, and at flame out I'll add my other hop addition. So that'll sit on there for a few minutes and let it go. Okay, so we added our other hop addition, our wort chiller, our Irish moss, and our yeast nutrient. And we'll let this go until flame out. And then we'll add our last hop addition and get this thing cooled down. Okay, added the 1 minute hop addition, took the bittering hop sack out, and chilling the wort now. Get it down to about 70-75, then we can put it in our fermenting bin and pitch the yeast. Alright, so we got our yeast, our wort cooled off, and pitched our yeast, the US-05. Just sprinkled it on the top, so see how that goes. Hopefully we'll get a pretty good tasting beer again. Okay, so it's been approximately, I'd say about 6 hours. 6.5 hours, and I got the one we just made, pitched the yeast in that I shot the video of, and then the honey biscuit ale. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days maybe, and this one is getting pretty close to, it's already bubbled a couple times, but it's getting really close to taking off. I'd say by in the morning it'll probably be getting out of control. I might post this video before that, but I don't know. I'll see how tired I am when it's time to go to bed, which is going to be shortly because it's probably close to midnight now. So, cheers.